Well, hello, everybody. Oh, wow. That was maybe a little Mrs. Doubtfire moment there. Anyway, hi guys, how you doing? Yeah, I've been MIA for a little bit. There's been a lot going on, so let's play catch up for a minute. So today we're going to do a little Anthurium tour. I had promised you that, weeks ago, and I finally got all the Anthurium moved in here into the office, so we'll do that today. But before we do that, hi, I'm Angela with Angela's Midlife Crisis. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm so happy that you've joined us. And if you are not new here, thanks so much for coming back. I really appreciate it. If you haven't yet liked and subscribed, please do so. That helps me out a whole lot. And let's fill you in on what's been going on and where I've been. So for the last couple of weeks, I've kind of been MIA. My daughter got married a couple weeks ago. And so that kind of had us tied up for a little bit. And then I got back and was behind on everything else. And, it's just been kind of life stuff going on. And so finally getting back to it, finally getting back in the groove. One of the things that I had done, and I honestly don't know if I did this right before the wedding or after the wedding, I had to rearrange in here, and I'll kind of walk you through some of that also. It's not ideal. Like, I'm not loving the space right now, but it's working. It's working. I needed to get the Anthurium, which we're going to go look at in just a second. I needed to get all the Anthurium out of the other daughter's bedroom. And so in order to move that in here, I had to do some rearranging, some creative space shuffling, space making. And so I can officially say I am packed wall to wall in this space now. This space is it was our garage, and it's now the plant room. It's been an office. It's like also a guest bedroom. It was a craft room for a while. The crafts are slowly making their way out of the plant room now because there's just no room for everything. So anyway, let's go and look at the Anthurium and what we've done there. So I'm going to try to do this as smoothly as possible. Let's see here. I'm working off of a different device. All right, here we go. Let's go over there. All right, so here is the Anthurium, I don't know, corner. What should we call it? Area. I'm wondering if I should turn these grow lights off. Let me turn this light off and see if it makes it better or worse. I think the plants will show it better. There we go. So let me back up. Back. It's going to be a light pole in the way. So I needed to move these little shelves out of her room and into the office, plant room, the garage, the guest bedroom, whatever. We usually call it the office. And in order to make that fit, I had to scooch the futon down. There used to be a rack here, and so I'm gonna turn and try not to make you sick. The futon scooched down. There was a rack on the other end of the futon as well, and then those racks had to go somewhere, so I've moved them over here. So I kind of have a little nursery area, I guess. These are all plants that I'm keeping an eye on because they're newly potted up, or some TCs, some prop boxes. And then I've moved this rack, which was my for sale rack, which was over there as you first came in from the laundry room. So I moved that over here, and then I had a little rearrange. It's a mess right now because I dumped some plants here. If you've been here for the little while I've been on here, you've probably come to realize that this counter is the area where all things get dumped when I don't know what to do with them. So my Florida Beauty Mayoi, this beautiful thing right here, she needs a new home, and I just don't have a spot for her. This whole back counter here, this used to be plants that were my plants. And now I've made this because I sell plants. So this rack and this back counter, with the exception of the Florida Beauty Mayoi and the Syndapsis in the back corner, these are all for sale plants. And so the for sale plants, I'm going to spin, but try not to make you sick. The for sale plants used to be back here, but those are my plants that used to be on the counter area. So there's been a lot of rearranging going on, and I've had a hot mess everywhere. And that's how I was able to squeeze in, now I've gone the whole full rotation, the little Anthurium wall. So let's go do the Anthurium tour. Before we go over there, there are a couple of Anthurium, looks like only 2, that I have still over here up on this rack. So I have this one, which is kind of like a bigger leafed Anthurium, and it's up high. It's on top of the rack. It's an Anthurium pangui, P-A-N-G-U-I. It's a crystallinum by, I'm going to butcher this. Can you read the tag? Let's see if I can get up in there. Crystallinum by Draconopterum. I'm sure that's not right. Anyway, I mean, that's the right plant. I don't know how to say it. So I have that up here, and I bought that a couple of years ago, and I'm on the fence as to how much I love this Anthurium. It's a really pretty big leaf, but I don't know. No, not my favorite, I guess. And then I have a little baby Winlingry eye over here, Winlingry up here. So the rest of the Anthurium have all moved over here. That was a stretch up over my head. So let's just go through them. Alrighty, so this one is a new one. There's 2 here on the shelf. And this one, the big one, is just a straight up Magnificum, I think. And I just got it. There's a little fungus gnat. Nice. Yeah, straight up Magnificum. Look at those roots. So this is one of the ones I had gotten from Equigenera that I put in moss to kind of rehab a few weeks ago. And it's doing great. It's got all kinds of new roots showing. And then this is my Worquianum that I also got in at the same time. Let me back up for you. Sorry, I'm a little out of breath there because that was way up over my head in the corner. And she struggled in shipping also, but that new leaf has hung on, and she is pushing a new leaf, I believe. Let's see if we can see that. I need a tripod. Okay, there we go. Can you see it now? Right there, she's pushing a new leaf. So I can't wait for that new leaf to open. And then we'll truly see what she's going to look like. I have a Pallidiflorum. I'm not sure. That's not really what that is. That's a Vitarifolium. And over here is the Pallidiflorum. You'll have to let me know how to say it. Okay, but let's go in order. So the Vitarifolium. And then next to that one, I have a Dock Block Michelle. And then behind that is a new Luxurians that I just picked up because, I don't know, it was bigger than my Luxurians and the price was right. So I scooped it up. I just thought it was cute. She's pushing a new leaf. And then I've got in this corner a Polystictum. I wanted to say pterodactyl and I knew that was wrong. Can you see her? She's super cute. She almost died. So this one I had ordered in the winter time with a couple of other Anthuriums, and they suffered some cold damage and shipping. It's taken a while, but she's finally growing and looking like she's going to make it. And then there's another Luxurians. That one's a Radicans by Luxurians. And then I have another Worquianum. That one is a dark and narrow Orquianum that I got as a super, super tiny little baby. And then there's a, there's a, like a bird's nest. I'm not sure if that's really an Anthurium. That was like off the clearance rack at Lowe's, and I'm not really sure. Didn't have a label, but it's like a little bird's nesty Anthurium. I'm not sure what that one is. And then it starts with an A. I mean, I know it's an Anthurium, but it also starts with an A. It's one of those, just flamingo flowers. That was my very first Anthurium. It's kind of got a magenta flower on it. It's super pretty. And it was my first Anthurium, and so I like that one. I mean, the leaves are kind of boring, but I do like the flowers when she flowers. And then I've got this one here. This is a new leaf. This is so hard for me to do by myself, holding my camera. So it's got a new leaf coming on. And this one was one I believe is a no ID. Yep, that one's a mystery. I won that one in a giveaway off Palm Street, but it was a no ID, so I don't really know what it is. But it's pretty when it opens. When it has new emergence, they're really pretty. And then another little baby luxuriance. And see, mine was tiny, so that's why I wanted a bigger one. Let's see here. Let me back up. See if I can back this up a little bit. Nope. Okay. Then I have a Clarinervium, and I really love Clarinervium. I am just a sucker for Clarinervium. And then next to the Clarinervium, which doesn't belong, I know it's not an Anthurium, but my Syndapsis mayari is there on the moss pole. I just extended the moss pole the other day because she had grown off of it, and she's already almost to the top. I mean, basically she's at the top. And I just didn't have another spot to put her where I had enough height. So I would like her to attach. She's not super attached to the moss yet. And so I can't really chop and extend it. I just kind of have to extend it until she roots in there. So we're making do with the space we've got. So then down here we've got another little baby. This is a Red Crystal Woo 9 by Chocolate Crystal Woo 1. And that one has been slow to take off, but it does. I thought it had a new leaf pushing, but maybe not. Then this one here, this one's really pretty. She's super sparkly. She's recently taken off, and she's a Doriaki Silver that I had gotten also at the same time as the Polystictum in the winter, and it also suffered cold damage. But she made it. She made it. And then I showed you the Pallidiflorum, and then I've got my bigger Wenlingerie there next to her. And at top here is, let's see, I get these two mixed up. I think this one, if I can keep it from being tangled up in that cord, this one is supposed to be King of Clarinervium. She's very Clarinervium, not much King. She doesn't really seem to have the coloring and the shape of the King of Clarinervium. So that one, not super thrilled with. I was trying to get another King of Clarinervium, but we're having some problems with that order, so I'll fill you in on all of that another time. That's a drama for a different day. This one here is my Crystal Sky, and this one is a cross between, this is one of my favorite Anthuriums, and she's looking a little rough because she was in my daughter's room. It was pretty cold in there. She was out of sight, out of mind. So she's Crystal Sky by Crystallinum, and I forget what makes a Crystal Sky. I'd have to Google that for you. Maybe I'll Google that and pop it in. And she's got a new pretty little emergent. They come in pretty red, reddish purple. And then they get so green, so super green and velvety. But it was cold in there. She was out of sight, out of mind. She was underwatered. So she's looking a little bit rough, but I love that Anthurium. For some reason, that's just one of my favorites. And maybe because I bought her and I didn't really know what she was going to look like, and she turned out way better than I thought. She'll perk up, guys. She'll perk up. All right. Then I have another little baby Clarinervium. This was a offshoot from the other one, and I was going to sell it, but it just had such different kind of veining, and the sinuses overlapped. It's just a little different. So maybe it was another seed that was in the pot. I don't know. It's just a little bit different, and I thought it was cute, so I decided I was keeping that one. And then down here I have a Veitchii, and I think the plant next to it on the moss bowl, I think is a dubia, maybe a Monstera dubia. Yes, I think that's what it is. It was a random cutting in a prop box that I bought from somebody, and so she wasn't sure, but she thought what she thought it was. And again, I'm out of room, need some water. So it's kind of just crammed in the Anthurium corner here. And then this one, I have to crawl on the floor, guys, sorry. Okay, so this one here is a new one that I got from Equigenera a few weeks ago. This is the one that is Luxuriance by Crystal Sky that I ordered sight unseen because there was no picture uploaded and I didn't really know what it was going to look like. And when I got it, I was a little bit kind of disappointed because it looks more Luxuriance than Crystal Sky. But it is pretty and it's young still, so jury's still out on that. I mean, I don't hate it by any means, but I don't love it as much as the straight up Crystal Sky. I thought it could be an interesting combination, and it is, and I'm sure it's going to grow on me. But for right now, I mean, she's rehabbing good because she was a little, not too bad coming in, but she was a little bit dry. I mean, they all were. They go through the mail. And then this one down here, this one is, I think I could remember all these. Crystallinum by Magnificum. And this was a little baby tiny plantlet that I bought from Plants by Melissa. 9 months ago, a year ago, somewhere in there. And I really like this one. It's been a great grower. And it's fun to have a plant that I got from her. And then I have a Delta Force, a little baby Delta Force. She's giving me a new leaf. I'm super excited about that because this one, got that one off of Palm Street, and I don't know, she's just kind of been stunted since she got here, but she's finally taking off. And then I have a Villanorum, and this is the newest leaf, but it got super dry, and because it was in my daughter's room, out of sight, out of mind. So that leaf didn't really form quite right, but I'm sure the next one will be prettier. So that's the Anthurium corner. And then there is one more plant over here, this sad looking thing. That is a Philodendron luxurians that I repotted. It was in soil. I moved it to pond. I'm hoping that it's just a little bit upset and not mad enough to die on me because I have babied that plant for over a year. It's the hardest plant I think I've ever grown. I've kept it alive, and I hope it doesn't die on me now. So anyway, all right. I do have one more Delta Force that I just bought off of a plant sale online, and it's super cute. Let's go see that. But I have to get up off the floor here, and I think my feet have gone to sleep. So bear with me. It's going to be rocky. All right. So here's my workspace now. It kind of stayed the same, but I now have this rack here, which kind of boxes me in. It's okay. It's not terrible, but it's taking a little getting used to. I'm just out of space. Just out of space. And so here's my new little, I was going to do a kind of a plant haul video, but I'm showing you all my new ones, my new little Delta Force. So yeah, so that's the Anthurium. Oh, you don't need to see me hold my phone anymore. That was rough. I need one of those gimbals or something, right? So anyway, that's my little Anthurium corner, and I need to hold off on buying any more Anthuriums because clearly out of room, and I just kind of try to keep them all together over there because they just look so pretty all together. But yeah, the space. I really need to sell some plants. Some plants have got to go because there's just too many babies. Too many babies. It's been kind of slow for summer for plant sales, for me anyway, and just because I have typically in the past not shipped plants. I only have one order that I've shipped and everything was fine on it, but I just am hesitant with, I know people do it all the time. I order plants in the mail all the time. I'm just not sure that I want to be a plant shipper all the time. Occasionally is fine, but I don't know if I want to do that on a regular basis. So I pretty much sell through Marketplace and let people come locally and pick up and make their choices. You know, they can shop around or hang out. I meet a lot of great people that way. Lots of planty friends because my family is so tired of listening to me talk about plants all the time. It's warm in here today. About 82 in here today, but the plants really, really like it. So I think I'm going to let you go because I think that's all I really have for today. You know what? Let's just should we do the other new plants? Because there's not enough of them to really make a whole separate video. You want to see them? Let's do it. Let's do it because they're right here. So I'm going to prop this up so that I can hopefully see it, but keep you on this screen here. So hopefully you can see. So I got this little Micans, Halo Micans, variegated. Bought this cutting off of a friend of mine. She's super cute, right? Yeah. So I got her. And then I got a couple of Hoya. Oh, she got a little dinged up. Oh no, it's just dirt. So this one is a Crimson Queen. And I know probably a few of you have got her. She's really pretty. I really, really like her. So I ordered 2 plants online, and I think from the research that I've done, I think that this one was no, not this one. The other one I think was mislabeled. So I bought this one either as a tricolor or Crimson Queen. And after doing some research online, what I read, and please tell me if I'm wrong in the comments, what I read is that the Crimson Queen and the tricolor are the same thing. And so the Princess, which I got one of those also. Where is she? Oh, here she is. Let me grab her. And I already had a Princess, so that's cool. Now I got 2 of them. So this is my new Princess. And apparently the difference is the order of the variegation. Let's see. I'm really struggling here. Everything's backwards. You see her? Maybe it's better back here. I should have just set up my tripod and gotten my iPad out. And I have trouble recording on my iPad because of storage and whatnot. So I thought, okay, I'll just do it off of my phone today. That's a little difficult. Anyway, so what I read was that the Princess has the variegation inside the leaf, and the Queen / tricolor has the variegation on the outer edge of the leaf. At least that's what I read. So tell me, what do you think? Is that right? Is that not right? So I had bought this one, the Queen, as a tricolor, and then this one, the Princess, was labeled as a Queen. But I already had a queen or a prince. I already had a princess. It's not a very good variegated one though. It's a cutting somebody gave me, and I think it's reverted. So I'm not mad about having another one, but I think that it was mislabeled from my little hour of research that I did on Google. So let me know. What do you think? Is that right? Is that wrong? And then the last one that I got at the same time is this little Maranta Fantasy, and she's super cute. So she kind of looks just like the rabbit foot fern, but she's also called light veins. And I don't know. Okay, come on. There we go. There's a better shot of those pretty leaves back there. So I don't know if the coloring comes on slower or if, because see, it seems like the older leaves have that really light veining. So I don't know if she hasn't been getting super great light wherever she was before. And so these new leaves don't have very much of that light veining, or if that comes in slower, or if she needs more light. I don't know. I'm going to kind of move her around. She's not been in the ideal location for lighting here at my place since she got here, and I've had her about a week. She hasn't had the greatest lighting since she's been here, just because, again, space, and I was trying to keep the new plants together because I wanted to do a video to do a plant haul with the new plants. I don't know, things just weren't working out. Do you realize that my business name is Angela's Midleaf Crisis? Because I'm always a hot mess. I'm always a hot mess. It's just the way it is. So we're just going to embrace it, and we're going to group these videos together, and we're just going to roll with it, because I find that what happens is I think, okay, I should make a video about that. And I keep thinking, I need to make that video. I need to make that video. I need to make that video. Instead of just doing the video, I keep fretting about doing the video. And then I get behind on other things. You know, I didn't used to be like this when I was younger. Man, I'm telling you, you get a little bit. I'm not old. I'm not old. But I am finding that as I am aging, the brain is working different than it ever did before. And things are a little bit more challenging to remember. I feel like I have ADD. I never felt like I had ADD. I am a hot mess all the time, you guys. So that's what my channel's about, my midleaf crisis. And so welcome to my midleaf crisis. And I'm sorry for the chaotic hot mess all the time. I'm trying to get better with it. But that's just where we're at right now. It's been a hot mess lately with the wedding and everything else. So I was trying to kind of keep things separated because I wanted to do a separate video with them. And now that I've done it, I can put them away. They can go they can go be in their permanent, their temporary permanent home. But at least not living over here stuffed in the corner waiting for a video to be made. They can go actually somewhere where there's better lighting and where they will be happier. And I don't really know where that's going to be yet. So, but you know, they also were kind of quarantining together in their own little corner. But yeah, I sprayed them, treated them, and keeping an eye on them. And so far, this one kind of looks a little bit questionable, this Maranta, but I haven't seen anything on it. Looks like maybe there could have been in the past, but I think she's going to be fine. A friend of mine picked her up. She treated her when she brought her home. Then I picked her up from her. I treated it when she came home. And then I water with SNS 209, which is a systemic, a liquid systemic that can be used in pond, because I have a lot of plants that I grow in pond. And so I use SNS 209 and I just water everything with it. And so, all, you know, she's getting that also. So I think we're okay. I think we're good. But now I'm off on a whole different tangent and we're not going to go there. So let's just kind of wrap things up. And I will see you next time. Have a great night. Bye.